be a annotative text or leader or block if it is required. So that's what we are trying to look at, right? So now to create that annotative text, okay, let's try to prepare that. Okay, let's go here. Go to this text. The home tab. The home tab. So here also it is there. But let's go here. The home tab. Go here. Click this standard and manage styles. You give that manage styles, right? So here, if you go, like let's create a new style for the. So let's create something like that. Click OK. So now, okay, sorry, you create this one. Maybe we need to delete this. Let's select this one. Okay, and create something where you see that in that there is something called annotative, right? And also just next to that, previous, there is a blue icon, right? That annotative, that is the icon for the annotation, that is the icon actually, right? So that's why we are selecting that. So let's give that. So generally, okay, already we have prepared, right? So we'll put one, okay, we'll give one, okay. So for that, you go here, select, text that is required romance, okay. So that is one thing. And we select this annotative text and we keep that. Set current, you give set current, okay. So this is how you set that. We know why that works, all those things. We'll try to check that. Then annotative text is then annotative dimension day before yesterday we did. And why it is important, that also we have checked it, right? So I go here. This now let's set the multi-leader stuff. Okay. Here we'll try to see where that option is available, right? So let me just once again check it. Multi-leader. Multi-leader. You give that multi-leader. So I'll just put M in front of that and check this annotative. Okay. I give continuation. Okay. So we get this one, right? So here, like we need to add this text as it is. Okay. So let's try to understand that what all the things it is there. So for the text, so here we have selected annotative. So that means it will be scaling according to the scale that uh, template that you set. That will be there. And here, let's select the text. So here also you select the text annotative. Okay. That is we have set this, right? We selected this only, right? So this one we select it, right? So we have selected this. And yeah, rest of the things it seems to be fine. So we'll say okay. So you set that as a leader, right? So now we have set this, right? So dimensions at a table there is no, maybe blocks maybe there. We'll try that. Okay. So let's try to set this one. As you know that in a normal scenario, let's try to set this normal scenario. So this is A3 seat, right? So let's once again validate that. So 420. 420, 277, right? So that is one thing. Okay. So now this one, it's a normal stuff. Okay. So maybe I'll create one more template. Okay. So in a normal scenario, what we need to do, we'll try to set this. Okay. So in a normal scenario, typically how we do layout setting, let's try that. Okay. Please remember that when you set in annotation, right? When you set in annotation, you see, when you select it, you see that there is a symbol which is coming in the cursor, right? Can you guys see that? So that is one thing. Then this, you see that this symbol will be enabled, right? So that is, so if you wanted to ensure that this dimension is annotative dimension, then if you go and if you hover over your, you know, this cursor, no, like you see that, you will see that. So that means you can understand that that is a annotative dimension, right? But whereas you see that here, you see that that is not there, right? So that's the difference between the normal dimension and the annotative dimension. Now, see why we are doing that. This is the normal scenario, and you see, normally the text height, uh, this is 500, right? See this particular electrical room. So we are going to set this in the layout, okay, with 1 is to 100 layout. That's what we did. So, but when we set 1 is to 100, typically what we have learned earlier for 1 is to 1 scale, as far as AutoCAD, if you take printout, if you take printout, right? If you take printout, so when you have a 1 is to 1, which means what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? See, what do you mean by the 1 is to 100? See, when you go here, custom, you go here, edit, or you see that. See, one paper unit, which means here one paper unit, right? So that means you are giving 75 times or whatever that scale you are setting it, no? 1 mm. But when you consider this paper, when you try to measure it in millimeter, then that means 1 millimeter is equal to, inside whatever that into 75 times, right? So that is what the scaling, right? That you know very well now, right? Because we have discussed quite a lot on the scaling part, right? So now, but what we understand from the rule, so when you have 1 is to 1 scale, that means the normal text height you are supposed to keep 2.5 mm, right? So that's what we did, right? So when you have 1 is to scale, that means you need to give for one unit 2.5 mm. That means here also 2.5 mm, right? So when you have 1 is to 100, then what is the point? So that means here 2.5 mm, then here 2.5 mm into 100 times. That is what scaling, right? So that means 250 mm, right? So when you have a 1 is to 100, when your text height is when your for example, this is for normal text you are supposed to maintain. That is for normal text, right? So when you have here, when you go here, right? When you go here, 2.5 mm means, sorry, here when you set 5 mm, right? That means 5 times of 100. That means 500 mm. So this is, you can use it for headings, right? Please follow this any standard. So this is very important. And if you do not maintain this ratio, when you take actual printout, I mean physically when you take printout, no, it won't be visible. Nothing will be visible, or it won't be, visibility will not be there. And if you do not maintain, if you maintain so big also, the all the text will be so big. So this is the standard.